welcome back. Now the World Cup has reached its crescendo with the final before the final unfolding tomorrow. So as always, we bring you our special edition. Now, the Indian team management asked the players to stay away from all television sets and newspapers at least a fortnight back. That might just be one of the wisest decisions, especially ahead of a match that is being called the mother of all battles. But because anyone in either country is talking about these days is tomorrow's World Cup match.
They are being called two generals leading their armies into battle, but Afridi and Dhoni looked anything but bitter rivals in this photo op.
Even with the teams on the ground, there's no animosity between any players. It's got nothing to do with personal thing. When you play a match against Pakistan, the atmosphere around you gets that thing going around you.
That atmosphere has now built up into a huge pressure situation, and there's also the entire backdrop of cricket for peace.
If you take it as a pressure job, you'll just find yourself, inside a pressure cooker. So it's always better to take it as an honor to lead a side, and especially, when you see your side and you see the amount of talent, that's part of the side.
The Pakistani players, though, are under severe pressure thanks to one minister warning them publicly against match fixing, while another has offered each of them 25 acres of land for beating India.
I think I'm the cricketer first, and then the diplomat. I think India is the most favorite team for this competition, and I don't need to panic in the pressure.
Modern generation is shut everybody out. They've got these headphones on. Because of the headphones that you have, you're switched off. So you're not getting the pressure from the crowd. You're only absorbing the good wishes, but not the pressure that comes from the expectations of the crowd.
With the pressure also comes the chance to play the once-in-a-lifetime innings like NDTV's Ajay Jadeja played against Pakistan in the World Cup quarter-final in 1996.
There are two ways of looking at it. If you're fearing the result of it, then you take the pressure of the result. But if you look at it as an opportunity and say, look, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me to go out there and do something wonderful that people will never forget. Because one thing's for sure, these games are never forgotten.
6 players from the current Indian side and 4 players from the current Pakistan side have met each other at the World Cup stage in 2003. However, this time, Pakistan skipper Shahid Afridi has put pressure right back on the Indians by saying that they are the favourites to win this title. In Mohali with camera person Arpit Jaiswal, this is Rika Roy for NDTV.
But you may ask, why is this Indo-Pakistan clash so explosive? Well, hear it from Chennai's sports stars themselves, who are wishing tomorrow brings us good news.
Just when you thought cricket was an overwhelming religion in India that many stars from other sporting avenues disliked, the country unites when it comes down to crunch time for Team India.
A few years ago when I'd gone to Pakistan, a few reporters had come to interview me for my squash, and they only asked me one question, and the next question was when was India playing Pakistan in any cricket match. So they were so excited about India and Pakistan playing at any given time. So I think the semi-final is a dream semi-final.
And what's cricket without superstitions? It wouldn't be the same without it.
For the past 1 week, I've been asking people, so who do you think will win? Everyone's saying, oh, don't worry, India is going to win. And I've been telling them to keep their mouth shut because, that's how all the bad eyes come on our team. So I'm taking each day as it goes. I hope India plays really well.
We hope the men can hear you loud and clear. However, not to forget, this is not all about Team India. Pakistan isn't our biggest arch rival for no reason.
I've been to Pakistan, I've played there in Pakistan against them, and those guys are as passionate as we guys are, and playing Pakistan in a semi-finals game in India and in Mohali, and I don't think it's ever happened again, but we're going to be playing Pakistan in a World Cup game, in a semi-final game in India. To start with, this game would be like a really, really big game for both the sides.
So there's a hint at what fireworks to expect from this clash. So a word of advice would be, brace yourself. Speaking of which, there's a little old lady in Chennai who's doing just that.
I'm passionate about cricket, and this is one match I will die for. Literally, because I'm a heart patient, and I will be taking my BP tablets well in advance. And my preparations are, of course, start with the glass of wine, followed by little short hits, so that I don't have to miss a single ball or the players in the action. I will be there right to the end. God help me.
Well, like Yvonne Kaleem said, God help all of us. So if you thought all the action and the ecstatic environment was in Mohali, then you're completely wrong. Because Chennai, along with the rest of the world, will be waiting and eagerly waiting for that outcome of that big semi-final clash of India versus Pakistan. In Chennai, Natasha for NDTV Hindu.
Now, news from the first semi-final clash that's going on between Sri Lanka and New Zealand. That's underway at the Premadasa Stadium in Colombo. Chasing the target of 218, the Lankan team is looking quite strong to qualify for the finals, but the ride has not been as smooth as the Lankan skippers would have really wanted. There were quick dismissals of Dilshan, Jayawardene, Sangakkara and Tamara Silva within the span of 25 runs that gave the Kiwis the glimmer of hope, but the crafty duo of Samaravira and Angelo Matthews were holding force against a last-minute dash by the Kiwis. But earlier on, electing to bat first, the Kiwis were off to a shaky start. The innings featured a middle-order collapse that helped Sri Lankans restrict them to a humble total of 217. Veteran Scott Styrus contributed with a handy 50 to his side as well. And with that, we come to the end of this bulletin, but you can be part of the cheering squad lifting the spirits of our men in blue tomorrow. You can start calling NDTV Hindu from 7:30 in the morning tomorrow and give us your best cheer line before the big battle unfolds on the pitch of Mohali's stadium. Thanks for being with us. Good night.